evening. I guess I turned the light on. I was trying to keep it out my eyes. But we're back to continue our message. I like that chair. I like it too. Give your enemies permission. And like I was stating earlier, that a lot of us, um, we got to make sure that we are not in any way have become the enemy of God. And we was in Second Timothy chapter 3 as we was discussing these things, and we was referring to as necessary with First Corinthians chapter 13, where God talks about love. So so now that we understand that based on the revelation that's being taught, we got to understand that these perilous times comes from people we have would have self-love. And when you got self-love, we use First Corinthians to show that means you don't have real love. Because we got to understand that when Paul begins to name certain examples of people, we got to understand how that by displaying these qualities or displaying these attributes, people are missing who God is supposed to be in life. Let's take unthankful. And many of us we being in certain kind of relationships, and when the relationship's over, now the name calling start. Now the save my image. Now the okay, now the putting down and all that. Unthankful. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of us, we got to watch that. Because when we talked the message the other day, a lot of things that happen in our life is predestined. See, that's why I'm thankful for the people who thought they was my friend, who considered them as my friend, who thought they belonged to me, consider they belong to me. I'm thankful how they treat me now. Because I think that's why I had to mention the letter I see, because just suppose, just suppose if that man would have listened to God. And those people that are now my enemies, and they see Brother Hubbard with stuff like that, I wonder what their mentality will really be in this. I wonder. And see, that's why for many of you don't often do or try to repeat what I do, because you can miss who you are in God. You can miss God blessing on your life. So here, when you become unthankful, you unholy. Because see, y'all don't take the time to bless God for your enemy. Because see, if I never got at odds, family, friend, exes, or whatever, I would have never stumbled across the strength that I have. So while they around now trying to paint the picture of some enraged, uncircumcised heathen, that's what they said about old Goliath. Why is it that people that benefit tremendously from you are the same people that try to destroy you? They did it to Jesus. Somebody, I was talking after the first video, somebody said, you know, I'm listening to what you're saying. God, is he making this up? And and I think what happened, see, you got to know sonship. And as I was talking to this person, I said, yeah, I was through with that letter. I said, but I said, somebody kept pressing God. What else he got? It's more to the letter. I ain't see it all. But when I read the second part, they said, okay, I see what it is. See, I don't have to lie about nothing. So we were talking, and they said, which was which is what I thought. I said, well, if he's going through all that and doing that, what about the stuff? I can't be concerned about the stuff. But what God told me, He said that's similar to what Judas did. See, after Judas sold Christ away, you do notice that the people that 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 urged him to do something, they wouldn't take the money back. See, watch this. Now that I know what you have is cursed, it's cursed. Because when God tells you to do something and you don't do it, it now becomes cursed. So I would take it to me a cursed thing. I don't care if I do what's said, because they bought, once Judas healed himself, they still took the money and buried him in a place that nobody, guess what, would come visit. See, false accusers. That's why I tell people, I'm not trying to be more than somebody else. I know God. So when I say things, even if I don't say it all the time, put your put yourself in my position. Because my baseline ministry, I'm telling you, the same way God deals with me, He can deal with you, but on another level. It can't be the same way because this me and Him. You got to find your way into Him to do you. So now I'm being accused of everything, but they coming from false accusers. But watch this. But then I tell y'all why. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. Didn't I tell y'all? I said people attack me, but they don't attack my relationship with God. The key thing that you got to understand, when people don't attack your relationship with God, they're judged in that foundation because their spirit knows it God in you. So they try to go away with attacking you spiritually, and they attack your character, they attack your personality, they attack your mindsets. They do all this type of stuff here. But God has already judged them based on what they don't attack. Because their spirit, their common sense, they know God used some of y'all. Traitors, hard-headed. Them the type that be married and they go on cruises and stuff with other niggas, get slutted all out and used all out, and they fly all town and get slutted. Y'all know how y'all do. But watch this. All they come back with is a wet butt. A wet butt with a whoring spirit. Cause watch this. Their bills ain't paid. They ain't got no gas. They can't afford nothing to eat. Huh? They got to watch which bill to pay. They got to rob Peter to set up Paul. Then they gonna kill Susan because they know George got it. So all of this flow from being a lover of yourself. It said lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God. God knows I messed up in more than one way and more than more in more places in my life than I ever wanted to or tried to. But I love God more than I love pleasure. I just couldn't stop the pleasure because of the spirit. Huh? Because no matter what I go through, I don't stop to throw stones. I don't stop to pitch pennies. I don't stop to tit to tat. Guess what? It's all gospel all the time. I don't use this word to tear nobody down. I use the word to show you the errors of your way. But you got people who will use God's word to try to tear you down. And when you see God's word is meant to build, to tear down. But watch this. If you can't see the evil in yourself while you using the word to tear people down, you already tore down. I told y'all this ain't a war you want. But people so heady and high-minded and love they sin, they rather spit in your face to spite you. They'll piss on your leg and tell you it's raining. Tell you it's raining. You will see the signs, and they'll tell you that ain't what it is. But what it is. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. Woo! Now we own it, brother Hubbard. Now we own it. Yeah. Uh-huh. Let me get on down to what I got. You know. So what it's saying when it talks about having a form of godliness, but denying his power, we pick and choose what's God and what ain't God. We in a season that what did I tell you? You will know people who got a relationship with God because they are have power. I don't care nothing about your certificate. I don't care you know the word. Where is your power? They feel free to be very special, very spiritual rather, but they know they have no obligation to the biblical. That means they make the word mean what they want it to mean when they want it to mean it. Paul said, don't hang around them. Now watch this. Don't that sound like why you see certain people ain't around me? They made they made the truth what they seen the truth is. Because see, what they doing, they're really agitated. They're really mad. They're really jealous because you got power and they don't. Nah, 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 nah. That's why I say what I say. If I'm wrong about anybody or anything that I have taught, let's meet up and let's have a battle in God. Let's see who God answers. That's all we look at this. If you in God, you should have so much power to want to meet me because you confident God won't answer me. That only comes with a relationship with God. Because I'm bold and so fierce to say this. Matter of fact, all your favorite preachers and teachers that y'all listen to, that y'all look, tell them you got this no name man. He challenging anybody. We gonna do it to the death. I'm confident. Watch this. He said, turn away from people in this characteristic. What he's really saying, these are the qualities of people who are being given over to a reprobate mind because you can't tell them that. They don't want to see the truth of what it really is. They have to devalue you to make themselves valuable. Watch this. I haven't lost nothing. They brought no value to me anyway. They, they took, but they rarely gave anything. For 3 years, I go to Birmingham preaching, spending my own money. Can I be honest with y'all? Out of 3 years, as many times I've been down there, I think when I look at it, 3 years now, and just this past year, I think I went down there about probably 2 or 3 times. 3 years, buying hotel rooms, buying food, my gas money. 3 years, $86. It cost me. It cost me $160 round trip when gas was high. When gas went kind of down, it was $125. 3 years, $80 and some damn uh electronic thank you card. I wasn't even worth a $5. I just say $5 because I don't buy cars much. So I don't know how much they cost. But I know $5. I'm not worth a $5 thank you card. But you walking in with new outfit, new hairdo, shoes, jewelry, going on trips. I ain't count nobody money. I ain't count nobody money. But it's the respect about anything. I told y'all I had to wait for people to make their move. And when they make their move, I can say what I need to say. How are you a leader? How are you a leader? And that's your value of people who are, see, that's why I say it ain't the money about me. That's why I'm the fee free preacher. But it's the lack of respect that I ain't gotten in this time where, but when I get paid or whatever, let me give them something. Poverty mentality. Ain't no power. I knew it with no power. When you don't tell a prophet, I didn't prophesy to you because you don't let me nobody prophesy to you. If you're a real prophet, can nothing stop a prophet's mouth? No power. So when a person is operating in all of these things, and it start with the spirit of self-love, that's when we get down to, for of this sort are those who creep into household and make captives of gullible women, loaded down with sins, led away by various lusts, always learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. For this sort. So what Paul was doing, he was prophesying the demise of relationships. He didn't say walk in the household. He said creep. You got to watch. You got to watch it. Creep. It said move slowly and carefully in order in order to avoid being heard or noticed. That what creep means. See, watch that. Let me give you a definition. So when Brother Hubbard was out there, you get what I'm saying? I creep. TLC. So I creep. Yeah, I just creep it up. What's creeping? Creeping is when you hear a woman's heart for what she wants, and yet you promise her things that you'll never give her. They lead them away because, watch this, just like Eve was sitting there wanting something for Adam that Adam probably couldn't give her. So here come old Satan. Here come old, see, here come old, here come old Jody. Where your man at? See, these the type or sit in their car, and they on the Bluetooth, and they talking to their man, and just suppose you come outside and they hang up because they see you, and these the type, they have men in your houses because they think you gone, and you show up. These the type that go by the fire love language because they send there. I'm looking at a situation how there's a bunch of them, but one in peculiar, you will leave a man for not being what you consider in God for a man who don't even know God. But you saying God gave it to you. How can you leave a man who not all the way in God to get a man that's not in God, but the same thing you complain about what the man that's slightly in God didn't do, the man that ain't don't even know who God is, they doing the same thing. Lust. See, that's why men and women different. I've been on this earth a long time. Listen here. I don't get no enjoyment out of talking about my promiscuous ways. But that's what happened. That's what happened. But when you see me laugh or smile or something, Even because I'm laughing at how stupid I was. Why can't I hang out with people I call friends and I turn around and I just slut your mama out? What kind of friend is that? Knowing they wives like me and I just slut your wives out. Knowing girlfriend, what kind of man that is? They were silly women. He said, leave. So it ain't, watch this, it ain't meant to lie to a woman, especially if she married and she ain't getting what she want at home. Or so she say she ain't. But watch this. A man rarely, I mean rarely, would leave his house for an outside woman because he know what he got in the house. They listen here. They will not listen here. They'll slut you out, but they never leave they main woman. But the woman will go get slutted out and leave for that man. And when the man get through with her, now she feeling embarrassed. Now they feeling I made a mistake. But it's too late because a man would listen here. You rather find a man. See, if you ever been in these type situations, a man really don't care if the relationship ain't going and the woman might be out there doing her thing. He don't care. You know what sets a man off? When he see you do it. If he don't see it, he'll wonder, he don't say nothing. Because in a man mind, they get my coochie. And a man will snap. They will snap. And it ain't even about what they did, how long it's that okay, they get my woman. See, that's why y'all can't be no silly women. I was talking to a friend yesterday, day before yesterday, one of these days, and they were just discussing how they normally talk to this person e- every day because the person got more than one phone. But all of a sudden, you done call for 4 days and they ain't answering the phone. This won't be your woman now. And for 4 days, they go silent. I said, y'all know how I am. It's a dead cat on the line somewhere. The reason they ain't answer the phone, because she's somewhere with her legs cocked up. Let's be realistic. You know, I laugh because some of the things I hear people tell me about whether it be a woman or a man, I laugh because I know what they doing even when I don't say nothing. Huh? So we have to understand that a lot of women are led away from what a real relationship is because we in this city girl, hot girl coach era. We in this era where people say live your truth. We in this era that they say I got to make myself happy. We in this era where they say I got to get out of this. I'm not being fulfilled. All of those are identifying points of pride. You're selfish. See, people try to tear me tear me down when I go to talking about their five language of love book. I said, why why would I get a book that says five love language? And when I go here in the First Corinthians chapter 13, the book I'm supposed to live by, the book I'm supposed to have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 languages of love. Watch this prophetic people. It's 16 languages of love. What does that mean? What does it mean? See, y'all around here and God dealing with some of you in numbers. Numbers going uh, 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 numbers gonna be key in how God speaks in this season. So number 16 is oftentimes it's associated with the love of God. That's why it's 16 language if you use the Bible. But it's only five when you use that old worldly book. So a lot of people think they got what they want because they ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of truth. What is the knowledge of truth? Verse 6. Why am I feeling this way? Why am I led by with sin? See, that's why some of you women, ooh, it's gray sweatpants season, lust, because you want to see you a big sloan. That's why men, me included, I'm guilty. Well, I use mine just to say stuff, because I don't be staying like that. But ooh, sundress season, lust. See, a lot of times when you can't see that selfishness in you, selfishness becomes you. See, that's what that means. And a lot of people fit all these categories because they can't see themselves because now it's based on how can I devalue this person. It said now as James and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth. Men of corrupt minds, what did I just say? Reprobate concerning the faith. See, James and Jabros, they were the people that when Moses threw that rod down and it became a snake, James and Jabros did, but Moses' snake ate their snake. This ain't no war you want. Because no matter what you can counterfeit, God is going to stand. God going to stand. So, however people try to say, I got a corrupt mind, God is showing you your mind is the one corrupt. See, that's why y'all got, see, that's why I was telling y'all. That's why when you in these relationships or whether it be friendships, men, women, marriages, that's why you get people who immediately block you from everything. Why would they do that? Narcissistic behavior. They have to go to their source to get fueled up. That's why they can talk about you. That's why they can say what they want to say because they know the truth of what's really going on, but they got to continue to devalue, debase who you are because that's the only way they can get their energy by watch this, the applauses of people. What Brother Hubbard be talking though. And see, that's why most people they have low self-esteem. They're self-confident, and I mean not self-confident. They have no confidence in themselves. So that's why they surround themselves with people who sing their praises. Sing their praises. See, that's why I said that five love language book, it exposed your weakness. My words are words for affirmation. It means that people got to constantly tell you, I love you. You feel good. Ooh, look at you. You my apple of my eye. It's feeding your weakness, you fool. My love language is giving gift. Boy, I'm glad God changed my mind. I told y'all in a couple of videos. I said, boy, I said, look here. I got this prophetic gift. All these women, they like that love language book. All I got to do is go around and listen for their love language. Guess what? They send it. I'm gonna feed them what they want to hear. And what's the next thing that happens after you feed them what it is? Boom! B for victory. You silly women. Because they looking for something to feed that point. You listen here. The Bible says the price, what they say, a woman's worth is far above rubies. Rubies. I kid you not. Let her need some insurance money and it's $189. Grab you a couple magnums and go around now. Let the children be hungry and she ain't got no money. Go get you a box of Popeye chicken and go around now. Oh, my fault. Make sure you get some juice and some popsicle to keep the children busy while mama paying you for feeding her children. There's no morals among women no more. You will sit here and let a man just slut you out, but still say I'm a woman of God. And while he's slutting you out, he don't even put the rag in your hand. He throw it on the floor. You got to bend over and get your own rag. And now you sitting there. Guess what? You ain't got no gas money. Your bills behind. Daycare bill got to be paid. You round there shopping at Dollar General and Dollar Tree and you getting the knockoff, you getting the knockoff food, but you a woman of God. You know this word, but yet and still you're moving like a heart. See when you got to look at yourself and see, God, have I fallen far from you? Because understand what it said. It said reprobate concerning the faith. Some of you are so far from God, you preaching your own funeral and don't even know it. But they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be manifest unto all men as theirs also was. See, when I see people trying to attack me, now when I say something, I'm trolling. I'm really not attacking. I can't. Why I can't? Because being in the position some I'm in, I got secrets that people don't tell me that I already know. And if I move in anger, guess what? I'm gonna say something that you think that's hidden. Keep my mouth closed. You know, I almost messed up a marriage. I was at a church, and me and the pastor was good friends. And I used to every morning before church started, I used to go down there, and he asked me, "Well, what God's saying or what we do?" And I tell him, I went down one morning, and don't come in here, leave me alone. You bother me. He shooed me away like he's nothing. I said, "Okay, I'm gone." And his wife was coming in. I said, "Yeah, but don't forget, I know that sin what you did was such and such a." His wife heard it. I said, "See, I had to learn." That's why if I told you God can't trust you, you got to know what people suffering with and be quiet. Because through you being quiet, as you allow them to suffer, you see if they're going to God or they doing something else. See, you got to realize what is your go-to when you going through. If you get mad at your wife and you go sleep with another woman, that shouldn't be your go-to. You get mad at the husband and you go to cussing and drinking, that shouldn't be your go-to. Because everything we go through, our go-to, been there. Ain't never been the perfect husband. I lied here, there, because they were lying to me. I knocked me a few down on the side. They knocked them a few down on the side. I got pissed off. They got pissed off. But watch this. That's how we go over into First Corinthians chapter 13. Love never fails. I was looking at this old couple. I was on TikTok. They about 80 years old. And the daughter was over there recording. She said my the little caption read, "My mom and daddy love each other." She said, but they messed up. So the mama was sitting there, she was just talking junk. She said, "Yeah, he think he this and that. He was out there with old Shirley." And she said, "Dad," no, she said, "Mama, who is Shirley?" He don't ask me who Shirley is. He, God dang it, woman. But he didn't say dang it. He said, damn it. God damn it, woman. That was over 30 years ago. You still bringing that up. You always start your sugar honey iced tea. He said, yeah. And it was a lot more of what you gonna do about it. Mama just over there, yeah, I know it's a lot more. You low down, no good thing. Do I got to call the police on you again? I don't care about no police. At least I get away from around here. I'm laughing, but I'm paying attention. I'm laughing, but I'm paying attention. Knew what he was doing, but her love was so strong, he didn't leave him for what he's doing. And guess what? He didn't leave his house. He stayed there. I wonder how many marriages would have lasted just because you caught your partner cheating. That burnt, didn't it? Because if we gonna love, if we gonna do agape love, and we gonna say love don't fail, to me, especially when you marry, ain't nothing that a person can do that should break you up. That's what I seen from that. I'm laughing because you know how old people talk. They like 80, 90, but that's dedication. What that movie, Denzel Washington and that other girl, and she found out he had another baby. And God, I can't think of that lady name. Boy, that's the best scene I ever seen. And I've been standing right with you. Where you been? Where you been? And he came with that baby. He said, I know I did wrong. This baby innocent. This baby innocent. I know you're going to hate me, but can you please take care of my child? Ooh, I get chills. Talk about it. She said, yeah, the baby innocent. She said, give me the child. She said, I'm going to take care of the child, but you lost the wife. I said, "Dang, man, what happens? What happens when because we can't take it? We being disrespected. We mad. We upset. What happens when we move and it ain't by God's design? That's what happened when I read that little piece of letter. See, we hear God when it benefits us. We don't hear God when it going get tough. That's see the problem that y'all don't understand. That's why God said, "What I put together, let no man put asunder." It wasn't talking about people. It was talking about the people in the marriage. When He said "no man," that means man represents strength. What man? That means you leave because of what you want to do, what you feel. You become an individual because you don't look at the marriage as being together. So you broke your own marriages up. But suppose, watch this. See, suppose God put different people in your life to have relationships, marriages, flings, whatever. Suppose He put them in your life not for you to attack them, not for you, but to expose your weakness. But because you're good at covering your weakness, you make them the object of your anger. Yeah, that's what you do. Because look at it. It's my testimony. I'm out there not, having sex with all these dumb women, and it never failed. When they got through, they started talking about God. Now I'm sitting there. I said, "What the world wrong with them? We out here having sex and stuff," and they're gonna ask me about. But watch this. It never failed. It just came out of me. Because even in sin, I had the answer that I needed, but I was really being convicted. So God was showing me even see, that's why you can't wait till you get pure to serve God. He gonna call you while you in it. He gonna walk you through it. So here we doing all kind of debauchery, and you want to talk about the Bible. You want to ask about why I used to be so mad. You don't mind being nobody's enemy when it comes to this gospel. Have I become your enemy because I tell you the truth? See, a lot of people they try to walk the carpet on you, but when you walk the carpet on them, you know what they do? They roll it up and go get some linoleum because they want to keep theirs clean. They don't want you to be able to lift up the carpet and see they dirt for what it is because they like a squeaky clean image. Huh? So watch this. Stop responding to your enemies, but give them permission to dog you out. Because watch this. That's why I teach that certain verse all the time. God is set to avenge against all unrighteousness and whatever, when your obedience is fulfilled. See, the reason God can do to a lot of people is because you was out of line. But because some of you then got in line, God said, okay, Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. See, that's why. See, you got to understand people. People don't let people draw you into a fight, and they have a public audience for a private battle. But let people talk. You know why? See, this why when we get in this prophetic class, I'm gonna get you real good this time. Get you real good. Y'all make sure y'all get this book now. 'Cause I'm gonna come out of it. What it say? Hurt, loneliness, rejection, isolation, suffering, abandonment, betrayal. It ain't nothing for a man to open up to a woman that he really care for, and then they use the same thing that you felt free to tell them. That's what they use to tear you down. Y'all got to know how to overcome that. You can't get mad at them. You can't get mad at them. That's how God develop us. See, the reason I have to come to the point that, see, you got to know your call. You, I had to grow up where I was of no value. That people didn't associate with me too much. That I tried to buy friendships. I tried to be like somebody else. I tried to be more than I wanted to be. Because when he called me into God, guess what? Because I never been validated by man, man can't validate me in God. So guess what? I don't preach to have engagement. I don't say yearly conference because that means nothing to me. I just did it all so God to show them that I made him. So when people lie on me, guess what? I lied on myself. Do something better than that. I lied on myself. Destroy myself. Go ahead and destroy me. See, the best deliverance you have if you destroy your image of who you want to be, then you can be who God made you to be. And you have to walk around with her Mari and Gucci and this and that. I wish you had some eyes down there. When it said who cares and looking, man, I'm just listen here. I'm just as comfortable in this. Y'all be looking at my tatas. Ah, a lot of us are physically unfit for this new level of Holy Spirit anointing. All right. So a lot of us, we got to really eat right. If we on any kind of medications, we got to have it right. Because if nobody told you, if you ever been preaching and when the anointing comes on you, it comes on you like a weight. And the weight actually is very heavy. That's why a lot of you, if you really preaching and it coming from the Holy Spirit, that's why when you finish, you get extremely tired because it's actual weight. But if you're not in shape and that weight comes on you, that weight can actually take you out. So a lot of us, whatever we got to do, you got to push yourself into healthiness. Because I'm saying this because in 2025, I didn't get all the way into it, but it says coming into God's rest. That means he's finna rest another level of anointing on you. And it's to do what you need to do. So you got to be prepared physically, mentally, and spiritually for what he's going to do. I keep forgetting to say it, Cause Brother Hubbard like them chicken wings, you know. I like my old crab ball every now and then. So we got like a hiatus in the spirit, but we got an urgency in the spirit. What has to happen when you begin to get in the move of God? Your hiatus is going to meet up with its urgency, and then you'll be lined up. See, people, watch this. But thou hast fully known my doctrine, my manner of life, purpose, faith, long suffering, charity, and patience. Persecution, afflictions which come unto me at Antioch, at Icon, at Lystra, when persecutions I endure, but out of all of them all, the Lord delivered me. See, the reason I can't do things at the level I can do it because I know the price of my mouth. I can't get upset and just say anything to anybody out of anger because I create what I say. And a lot of you like that. So when he talks about knowing my doctrine, that's why I had to be more personal in this season than I have in previous season because you got to know it's the very people. It's the very people you will give your all to is the one that you hand in the knife. It's the very one. So your discernment has to be on the all time high. Because a lot of us, because we growed up and we thrive off this love people and love God, we fail to see that we giving love and none getting received. But guess what? I got something for that too. Well, this was song here. Do 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 do. Raise it. See, they gonna come for you. It's gonna be hard. You ain't gonna know whether you living or die. Eyes upon. The problem is we looking at everything but God. And we looking at everything but God, but we believe in God to do everything. God can't do everything if you look at everything. And the reason you're looking at it is because you want to have the revenge. You want to take the credit. But I'm trying to tell you, when you enter into sonship, you ain't got to do nothing but obey. That's my son. Has been anchored in what